What is good, YouTube man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video. And today, we are back. And this time, we got ourselves a pretty big update, man, on what we could look forward in terms of Darren Waller being back, maybe a contract negotiation in the works. That's what we're going to talk about as well. But really quick, man, shout out to everybody who's been subscribing to the channel, man. You guys have been showing major love. So shout out to you guys in the nation. It is greatly appreciated. But without further ado, man, let's get into what we are coming here for. And as you can see by the title and thumbnail, we got ourselves an update. And really quick, first update comes by Raiders writer, beat reporter, however you want to say it, Paul Gutierrez. So last night there was an Aces game. I think that's the WNBA team that's out there in Vegas, and Darren Waller did decide to attend to that game. On top of that, Paul Gutierrez was there. So when the match was over, or when the game was over, he decided to chop it up with Darren Waller for a quick second, and he ended up tweeting out earlier today that it does seem like Darren Waller will be headed back to practice this week. Another thing that I want to mention, right? Because our head coach had a presser today, and each time we need pressers, we get good information. Now, he said that speaking about Waller, he said he's working back to a return. Now, we're hearing a lot of timelines that are this week or next week, early next week, right? Now, this week we have a game. We do not expect Darren Waller, Devontae, Derek Carr. I don't expect any of these guys to play, right? So, in my opinion, this is a pretty good time to get some money, some contract negotiations working. But really quick, before we get into that, man, it was kind of put out there that he is nursing a minor hamstring injury. That was also sent out by, I believe it was Ian Rappaport. So shout out to him. Very minor hamstring injury. There's no rush to put Darren Waller out there. I have no expectations for Darren Waller to play any games in the preseason. If he has a little bit of a hamstring thing, please don't tell him to even show up to practice. I don't want him to suit up. I want him to be on the sidelines working with a trainer, maybe getting a massage on his hamstring, something so that soft tissue can continue to heal, man. I don't want Darren Waller sidelined at all, man, because I'm looking at this offense, and on paper, my goodness, this offense is a matchup nightmare. I don't think there's any defense, but I don't think there's any defense in the league that can match up with this offense, right? But to me, if there's no expectation for Darren Waller to play in any preseason games, why not begin contract negotiations, right? Darren Waller has been vocal on different podcasts, different shows, that he would like to get a contract situation done before the season starts. Now, there's two things, right? There's two sides of this story. There's people that would like for Waller to play this season and kind of see how he is after the injury, or I don't know, just see him in this new offense. And then there's the side of the fence that I'm on that's pay him now, because market is going to get reset very soon. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again, right? Some people may not understand it now, but they'll understand it in a few months. Mike Gesicki is going to reset the market simply because he had played 65% of his snaps at the wide receiver position last year. And for the Dolphins, that's a team that is going to spend a lot of money. He is on a $15 million franchise tag right now that he's not happy with. He is going to reset the market very soon. Now, in my opinion, I would like to get Darren Waller extended now. The reason why is because once Mike Gesicki gets his money, I truly believe that it'll be in an insanely high amount, around $20 million. That's really what I think. They can afford it. They have a rookie quarterback, and they really have no long-term commitment to Tua, as he hasn't panned out well. So let me bring this back to Darren Waller's situation. If Darren Waller sees Mike Gesicki get a big payday before him, out of all these other tight ends, that's just another piece of leverage. On top of that, if you make Darren Waller play another season on a $7 million deal, it also doesn't really make the player too happy. And I'm all for keeping players happy. So I'm going to ask you guys this question, and I'm going to answer my own question as well. What do you think Darren Waller's contract, his new extension, should look like? And how do you feel about what I'm about to say? In my opinion, I think Darren Waller should get a 2-year, $35 million extension that kicks in this year. And I say that to say this, right? the 2-year, $35 million extension may sound crazy to some of you guys, right? Almost $18 million a season. That's wild. No. The reason why I said that I believe it should kick in this year is because, look, if you take 5 of that $35 million, 5 of that new $35 million, you can put that on his contract this year. I would love to give Darren Waller some more money, put that on his books this year. So you add 5 to 7, that's $13 million. That is a $5 million increase. And then you go from his next 2 years, you get a contract year worth up to $23 million because he has another season, right? And then you have his final year where it's $15 million. I think that's very, very fair, in my opinion. You get him for 13 this year. You have an option, or I believe it's 22, not 23. But that is a very, very fair deal. I think that we should be looking into doing something near that range. I'm not saying pay the man $20+ million. I'm also not saying continue to let this man play on $7 million and he's going to get mad. I don't want to do that as well. But I think that a 2-year, $35 million deal is very, very reasonable, right? You give him 5 of those 35 this year, boom, that's $13 million this year. Then you have 15 on top of what he had in 2022, 2023 year, or 2023, 2024. That's the last year of his deal. He's playing with over, $20 million on that contract. And the final year of the deal, he's on a easy $15 million deal. Now, of that 35 mil, I'd say that he should get about 22.5 of it guaranteed. That's just what I think, man. Let me know what you guys think. Contract scenarios down below. Let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think with this whole scenario? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. And how do you think this is going to play out, right? Do you think that we should get Darren Waller a new deal since we don't really expect him to play much in the preseason? I think it's fair. I think we should do it. But as always, you guys, if you haven't already, please, please, please hit that sub button. Join the family. We are growing. Let's get to 7,000 subscribers, man. As always, I love you guys. Stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.